Hello and welcome to the Budget Knitter Podcast. My name is Spargur, I am your host, and I am back! It has been too long since I have been here filming a video for you. For those of you who are new, I am filming in Las Vegas, Nevada. Actually, I'm in Henderson, Nevada now. For those of you who've been following me for a while, I am in my new house. I have moved, I am in a new place, and this is really exciting for me. I kind of have my own little studio now, which coincidentally also has the guest bed in it, which is what I'm sitting on. But I do have a place where I can keep my yarn and my sewing machine and kind of have a space for me. So I'm really excited about that. Just a quick few things, just in case you've forgotten and or you're new. So you can find me on Ravelry as WSpargurKnits and Twitter as WSpargurKnits. You can find me on Instagram as WillMSU. You can find me on Facebook. There's a Facebook page for this, which is facebook.com/thebudgetknitter. There's also a Ravelry group for this, which is the Budget Knitter Podcast. You can search that in Ravelry and find us there and join in on those things. I also have an Etsy store. That's thebudgetknitter.etsy.com. I sell hand-dyed yarn, hand-sewn project bags, I make stitch markers, and I have a few patterns for sale on there as well, which we're going to get into here very, very soon. It has been so long. I'm so excited to be back. One thing I will say is I updated my phone to the newest software, and I don't think it interacts with my mic. I'm wearing it just in case, but I think that it only picks up from the phone microphone, which is a little upsetting. I hope that they're going to fix that in the future, because I really liked using the mic. If something doesn't change, I may switch over to the iPad, which will use the mic. The video quality isn't as great, but we may switch to that just for the sake of being able to use the microphone, and that's something I will look into doing in the future. But for now, there's a few things with business-related things that I want to get out of the way, because we have been gone so long, and there were a few things that have come and gone that should have been taken care of and haven't been, and that is mostly because this move was probably the single most stressful thing I have ever had to do in my life. I have moved before, I have moved across country before, and for some reason this move was harder. I don't know why, but anyway, moving on. So a few things. The Flax Knit Along was supposed to have ended at the end of September. I'm sorry, that's right around the time we started moving, and it has just been a nightmare. So if you have not finished or you're getting close to finish, I know a couple of you have posted in the thread since it was supposed to end. I'm going to count those entries. So if you're still working on it, continue to work on it. I am not going to close that until after I get back from Stitches SoCal. Also, the charity along, same deal. I am not going to close that thread until after I get back from Stitches SoCal. And the day I come back is November 5th, so I'll probably, well, the 6th is election day, so I'll probably close it on the 7th. So if you're still working on stuff, go ahead, continue to do so. I apologize that I just haven't been able to get to those things. So, excuse me, please continue to work on those and continue to enter. So it's not too late. It was supposed to be too late, but it's not. So continue to enter on that. I know that we said the next thing we were going to do was a sock knit along. I have not had time to plan. This, everything I'm doing for Stitches has just really kind of come to the forefront, and I've had to focus so much on that. But that's really exciting. There's so many cool things that I'm getting to do with this event, and because of that, I'm just like, oh my god, I have so many things that I've got to do for that, which is an exciting opportunity for me, but it did kind of put everything else on the back burner, and I really apologize for that. You know, I never want to forget you guys, because you all are the ones who kind of have encouraged me to do all this. So, yeah, it's been crazy. It has been so crazy, and anyway. Okay, I had to take really detailed notes this time because I have so much to talk about. So we will do the sock knit along. It's gonna take me some planning. So a lot of this is gonna pick up after Stitches SoCal. But with that said, all of my life updates are going to be at the end of the podcast, because I know you guys just want to see what I've been working on. And actually, I have so much. I expect this will probably take a while. Also, expect that my dogs, I don't know if you can see them now, expect that they will be in the podcast much more often. Life updates later. Okay, so let's go into works in progress. I have quite a few. I have a stack of things over here. Oh no! Well, excuse me, the first thing on this list says wrist warmers, but actually I think I finished all of those. Okay, well, what's the next thing? Nope, finished that. Ah, yes. I have so many things. I have travel bags and things I take to the yarn shop, and all of a sudden there's something in my throat, so if I cough a lot, I am so sorry. Here we go. Okay. So, guys, I am so sorry. There's something in my throat now. This dry Nevada air, I'm telling you, it's not great. So I finished my first Changing Leaves hat. You guys saw that one. That's the one that is pictured on the pattern, which is available now on Ravelry for $3. The hat is available on Ravelry, $3. Go check it out. It's getting a lot of really good reviews. People seem to really like it. Anyway, I'm knitting a second one because the first one was, one, a little small for my head, and two, I wanted to kind of give the people at Stitches a view of what it might look like in different yarns. So the first yarn is, it's just a sock weight yarn, and then the one I'm doing it now is in the Leading Men Fiber Arts. This is their Show Steeler base, which is a merino cashmere nylon. This is inside out. That could be a problem. So I started the hat again. I'm reknitting the pattern. So it's got my beautiful 2x2 twisted rib and 120 stitches, and then it'll go into the lace pattern. I started this Friday, today's Saturday, so I'm just kind of knitting on that. It won't take me too long. In fact, when I go to California, I'm taking the bus, so it's a 6-hour bus ride, so I could easily just kind of knit this to have something to do on the bus. But I'm doing that. This is what's left over from my shawl, which I will show you here soon. I ended up not needing as much yarn as I thought I did, so I am instead just going to knit the hat so that, one, I use up the skein, and two, so that there's a couple of examples of the hat at the show. And I'm keeping that in my beautiful little unicorn knitting bag from Knit Picks. The unicorn has a name, but I can't remember what the name is. Okay, next thing. Oh yeah, so I've knit a couple sweaters. I've knit 3 now. One was just a plain sweater, and the other 2 were the flax sweater, one of which I knit with you guys. And I've been on a crochet kick recently, and I think it's because I still see how much yarn I have, and I'm really trying to work through what I have, and crocheting is a lot faster. You can get much larger things done very quickly, so I've been crocheting, and I was like, you know what, I really like this pattern that I've been doing on these smaller things. I wonder what it would look like in a sweater. And it is hiding in here. So here we go, I'm doing bottom up. I am not following any kind of traditional crochet sweater sizing or anything. I kind of just chained until I knew it fit me, and then I did some single crochets. This is not going to be shaped well. I just wanted to see if I could kind of make it up as I go. Probably not going to work out very well, but we're going to give it a shot. Anyway, this stitch is called the Falling Leaves stitch. I learned the stitch from Jada in Stitches. She did several projects with this stitch, actually, and I really, really love it. It's a beautiful and quick pattern. It's really basic, and it's so great. I love it. So I'm doing that. I'm using a 5mm hook, and I am using Karen Cakes in their pumpkin spice colorway. I love pumpkin spice. Who doesn't? It's fall. So I bought several more of these. I think I bought 4 more balls. They're on clearance for $3.97 at my Michaels, my local Michaels. So I went and bought several more. I didn't know how many I would need. I will probably need more than that because crochet uses a lot more yarn. But yes, so Caron Cakes in the pumpkin spice colorway. If you've never used Caron Cakes before, this is 80% acrylic and 20% wool, so there's some natural fiber in here. If you have any kind of fiber allergy to wool, don't use this. It is mostly acrylic, but there is still wool in there, and if you have skin allergies or allergies to fibers, I would not recommend this yarn. There are plenty of other wonderful, wonderful 100% acrylic yarns out there for you. But this personally I love, and I'm going to use it. So I work on that actually when I'm at work. It's a great, so one of the things that happens at work is sometimes our computers, you know, during the height of our day, they kind of slow down, or at least our systems do. And you know, we're sitting there just for a little bit, kind of just waiting for some stuff to move over. And crochet is actually really great for those periods of time because it's usually about 30 seconds or so. So I can actually do, you know, a few shells and then put it down, and I don't have to worry about anything falling off the needles or remembering where I was. So crochet is really great for that, and actually all of that was done at work in 2 or 3 days. So, you know, I'm not working on it all the time, and I work on knitting projects on my lunch. So the, you know, just getting that amount done just kind of in those like 30-second to a minute time periods when I'm waiting on stuff to move around, that's how that's been getting done. And so I'm calling it my work project. I really like it, I'm really enjoying it, and I think people at work actually really enjoy watching the progress that I get. Even my boss likes seeing kind of how I get things done. My boss is great. As long as the work gets done, he does not micromanage, and that's one really great thing about this job. There's no micromanagement. If the work gets done, he has no complaints. So that's a lot of fun. That sweater, I'm probably not going to have it done by stitches. I've got a few other things I need to work on for that. But maybe by the end of the year, I hope. I'm hoping by the end of the year that it'll be done. Next thing, oh yes, so this is, what I'm about to show you is kind of my big project that I'm trying to get done before stitches, but I'm not going to have the pattern written. So it is a design, it's very simple, but it's something that I kind of want to have at the show to be like, this is coming soon, because I only have 3-4 patterns published right now. So, oh, here we go, okay. Right now, it is just a giant triangle. Garter stitch, really simple. I'm doing a selvage edge, and there's a reason for that. And so what I'm doing is I'm knitting straight across, and then I do a knit front back on the second to last stitch, and then of course I'm doing my selvage edge. This, I'm just knitting until I run out of yarn. And then, well, maybe not till I run out of yarn, because I want to turn the corner and do a cute little border again, but I don't know how that's going to work out. Anyway, I have this really cool design idea in my head for a poncho, but one that you knit flat and then pick up the stitches around the collar to knit the collar, so that way you can kind of customize it to whatever size you need, which I think is great. But in order for that to happen, I have to knit this thing and make it, you know, pretty big. So what I'm using is Caron Big Cakes in the Cherry Compote, or Compote, in that colorway. And I'm just going to keep knitting and knitting and knitting until I'm either close to the end or I actually run out, because I do have a second ball. I do have a second ball of that. Let me see if I have the yarn label. I don't think I do. I think I threw it away. Either that or I left it at work. There's a good possibility I left it at work. Because I started this at work. No, I started this outside. I don't know. I don't know where the ball band is. Anyway, Caron Big Cakes, they're somewhere in the 500 to 600 yard range. They're 100% acrylic, self-striping, really, really beautiful. Lots of selections at Michaels. I think they're really affordable. They're really great if you need a lot of yarn or you're trying to do something in a single skein and you like color but you don't like changing yarn. Me. So that's really great. I love that. I recommend it. And actually that's kind of what I'm designing this item with that in mind. So that's one of the things I really like about designing, is thinking about big box story yarns and designing with those items, or with those yarns. So that's kind of going to be my focus. For stitches, I had to design using Leading Men Fiber Arts, which I love. Love their yarn. It's gorgeous. It was so much fun to work with. But for me, I really like the box store yarns. So I want to do more designing with that type of yarn in mind. So I'm gonna try to focus on that going forward, and I hope people will love it. That's kind of my thing. It's kind of my shtick. So here's hoping. What's next? Oh, yes. You guys have not seen these in a long time, but if you've seen this bag before, you know what's in it. And actually, this is actually more of a half. This is an HFO, or a hoe. Is it half object? Anyway. So first things first. The first sock is done. It's so pretty. Oh my god, I love it. This is great. I don't know what the yarn is. It didn't have a ball band, but it's so soft. It's so cool to look at, and it fits perfectly. These are for me. These are me and nobody else, and nobody can take them from me. I would put them on a blocker, but I've got other socks on a blocker because I wore them recently, so I'm blocking them back out because I like to see them blocked. I don't know, it's weird. I would buy 500 more pairs of sock blockers just so that all of my hand-knit socks could be like hung on the wall. Is that weird? Is that a weird thing? Is it weird that I want to display my socks everywhere? Probably. I'm weird. Anyway. Okay, so sock formula for this one. Cast on at the toe using Judy's Magic Cast On, 16 stitches. I increased around and around until I got to 36 on each needle. I used 2 circs for the toe. It's basically magic loop, but with 2 circulars. I can't figure out one needle magic loop, so I do 2 circulars. I increase up to a total of 72 stitches. Then I switch to my 9-inch circular because I'm crazy like that, and I love a 9-inch circular. And I knit all the way around. Then I separate half of the stitches off, and I did a fish lips kiss heel on this sock. Finish the heel, put it back on the 9-inch circ, knit. And then on the cuff, I did 1x1 twisted ribbing and a yarn over bind off. So I know a lot of people really don't like this weird flaring thing that happens sometimes with socks when you do a bind off, but here's the problem. I have horse calves, and a regular bind off, like the super stretchy bind off or whatever the name of it is, that is still too tight for me. So I did a yarn over bind off, which I think is great, super stretchy, fits around my calf, and doesn't cut off my circulation. So I really don't care about the flare. I really don't care what the sock looks like when I'm not wearing it. I care more about what it looks like when I'm wearing it. So I really don't care what the bind off looks like. So anyway, yes, we have done that, and I love this. It's perfect. They're going to be my favorite winter socks. With that being said, I am on the toe of the second one. I think I've got 4 more rows until I'm done with the toe, and then I'll keep knitting up the foot of this one. That's just a cute little update on these. Oh, US 2s. I use US 2s for the needle size, US 2s. Cute little update on that. I feel like I've been knitting on those forever, right? Okay, what's next? Finished objects. Yay! I actually have several. And, okay, so we're going to start with, yes. Again, I've been on a crochet kick. Oh! Speaking of my 9-inch circular. I don't want to lose that. It's the only one I have. Okay. Now, like I said, I've been on a crochet kick, trying to use up my yarns, and just trying to get some stuff. I realized that for the Charity Along, I hadn't finished anything for the Charity Along thread. And so I realized that I needed to do something, because it's not fair to ask you guys to do something and for me to not do it. But hats seem to be the best answer. So I crocheted some hats. There's one. And here's one. Now these two, oh, I have an end to weave in. These two are crocheted with, they're at Hobby Lobby. It's Yarn Bee. It's a little self-striping ball of yarn. I think it's called a Lil Dollop. And it's this cute little thing. I think it's like DK weight. But one of these makes this hat. Like I didn't waste any yarn. Like one whole thing made this hat. And they fit decently well. Maybe not on me, but they fit well because I have a big head. But they fit well on my my heads up there, my blocking heads. So this one was also done with a smaller hook. But so I mean they fit really, really well. This one's a little looser. But yeah, so I made several of these. Actually, I've got one more going under my bed that I just now remembered about. And then I have this one, which is actually my hand-dyed, that I realized I had a skein of that had never been hanked up or sold or given away or anything. So I made a hat out of this, and then I've actually still got some left over, so I'm making some wrist warmers to match. I guess I haven't really figured out top-down crowns of hats because all of them make me look like an elf or a gnome. They all do this. I don't know why. Somebody who's a crocheter, please tell me what I'm doing wrong. I mean, I could easily go to YouTube, I just haven't. Anyway, so bunch of crochet hats. These are kind of my charity things. So I'm gonna give those away when it gets closer to the time. We have like places that ask for them at a certain time, and they haven't asked for items yet. But these will be my charity items. Oh, and on that note, I made a headband too. This is just red heart that I had lying around. I don't think you can even really see. It's a V-stitch pattern, but one of the V-stitches is double crochets and the other one is triple crochets. And I made it just to kind of be an ear warmer. Haven't even woven in the ends. It hasn't been soaked or wet or anything, so it's still a little scratchy, but it'll soften up in the wash. But I don't know, I made it. But then I realized when I put the V-stitches in it, if you put it over your ears, well then you've got a bunch of holes. So what good is it really doing you? So anyway, I made a thing. I mean, it's Vegas. We're pretty warm here, so this might actually do well for somebody here in town. What else? Crochet hats. Okay, so the next thing I finished recently is another work in progress you guys saw a while ago. I didn't touch it for a while, and then I was like, I should finish that. So I did. Because I finished a few other things too. But this was on my Instagram. If you saw it, then yay. If you haven't, then this is your first time. Ta-da! This is Adventura, or as I like to pronounce it, Adventura, by Laura Nelkin. It's a beautiful shawl. What I love about this shawl is you knit this first portion the same, because it's a 3-in-1 pattern. You can it's like a choose your own adventure. So you knit this first part the same for all three, and then you get to choose how you want to do the second half. And so I chose the B option. There's an A, a B, and a C option. So I chose the second one, which is just open eyelets, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I knit this using Plymouth Yarn Company, and this is like 51% Egyptian cotton, 49% merino wool. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love the twist, I love the look, I love the stitch definition. This is recycled silk roving from Darn Good Yarn. I am not a huge fan of Darn Good Yarn, but I have found that the product they're offering helps impoverished women. So I did not subscribe, but somebody did gift this to me and I decided to go ahead and use it. I ended up binding off early because I guess a portion of the yarn wasn't spun very well and it was just coming apart. So I bound off when the yarn kind of strengthened up and said that's going to be it, and then to be honest, I kind of just threw the rest away. It was literally just falling apart and wasn't really going to be usable for anything else. I kind of feel bad, but it was also only like $10 a month or something. I don't know. Somebody gave it to me, so somebody else didn't want it either. But I did use it. I did use it, and I love what came of the little bit that I was able to use. I do feel bad that the rest wasn't usable, but I did work with what I had. Anyway, it's actually soft. The only thing I don't like is that even though it's been washed and soaked, and I used a few different things to try and help it, the odor is still, it does not smell great. So I will wear it, but maybe not around people. Because I don't know what it is. The silk just smells really weird when it's wet, or when you sweat on it, or when it's in the sun too long. It's a struggle. But it's beautiful. I love the pattern. We'll probably knit again, not anytime soon. But yeah. Adventura by Laura Nelkin. The last finished object I have to show you today is my crowning achievement for Stitches SoCal. If you haven't already seen this on my Instagram, you're in for a treat. This is my Changing Leaves shawl. The beautiful dayflower pattern going up two of the sides, and then a faux I-cord edge on one side, and this just beautiful open eyelet mesh. This is Merino Cashmere Nylon by Leading Men Fiber Arts in their Copper Cloud colorway. Guys, I used 115 grams of MCN to make this massive beast of a shawl. I did not realize that this was going to block out to twice its size. Like, this is a ridiculous amount. When I bound this off, I'm not even kidding, it was half the size. I wet it, laid it down on my blocking board, or my blocking mats, and realized very quickly that I was going to need more mats. So I had to pull some out, and I pinned it out. I used blocking wires, and I just pulled the edges of the leaves out. And of course kept this edge straight, but I pulled the edges of the leaves out on both sides. This was so much fun to design and so much fun to knit. The great thing about this is you do not have much of a bind off. So you're going to cast on, and you'll increase until it reaches your desired length. I think I did 17 or 18 repeats. Then what you do is you turn the corner at the tip here, and then you knit the border and bind off the rest of the shawl as you go. So by the time you get to the end, which is somewhere between 22 and 25 stitches, it was a little confusing for me as well. I'm actually curious to see what people end up with, because I can't publish until somebody tells me. So if you're test knitting this, please let me know, because I need to make sure the pattern is correct. I may have actually put a note in there that says anywhere between 22 and 25 stitches left on the needle is fine. So yeah. But anyway, I'm so thrilled with this. This will be on display at Stitches SoCal on Friday, November 2nd in the Leading Men Fiber Arts booth. So if you're going to be at Stitches SoCal, come and see me Friday. I will be in the Leading Men Fiber Arts booth all day Friday. And I don't have them yet, but I am going to have exclusive postcards for Stitches that have pictures of my designs on the front, and then on the back it's got some coupon codes for the patterns that I have currently available, and I know that you're going to want to pick that up. They're great deals, but you can only get them at Stitches. So if you're going to be there, pick them up. I know you're going to really love them. I love this shawl so much. I have actually worn it a couple times because I love it that much. So, ta-da! I really hope that you guys enjoy knitting this as much as I enjoyed designing it. Okay, that is actually the end of all of my knitted stuff right now. I do have quite a few other works in progress, but they haven't been touched in a really long time. I've got a blanket, I've got the architecture scarf, I've got some crochet scrap yarn bags that I'm working on. You know, I've got the changing staircases shawl, which I started a long time ago, but it just had to go on the back burner for everything else. So yeah. I will show those when I get more work on them, when I get more work done on them, but it's probably, again, not going to be until after stitches. So, let's do, I have some yarn acquisitions, and I'm really excited about them, and I hope you are too. So, oh, well, there's another pumpkin spice. Again, I bought 4 of them. So, my first acquisition is Lion Brand Sparkle Mandala. I got 2 of these, picked them up at my local Walmart. I think they were $4.97 a piece. They are super, super cute. I love the colorways. So they are 100 grams, 328 yards, or 300 meters. They are 94% acrylic and 6% polyester. And this one is called Aquarius, and this one is called Hercules. One of my favorite things about Lion Brand's mandala is the names that they give their yarns. So, I remember the original mandalas had like wizard and sorcerer and centaur and stuff like that. So Hercules and Aquarius, I think, are really cute and very fitting. So, I'm really excited. I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet, but I knew that I had to pick them up because, I mean, yarn? So, yeah, I love the patterns that they always put on these. I think this is a crochet pattern. What does it say? You need 1 ball to make, oh, it doesn't name the project that's on it, but it's really cute. It's a really, really cute crochet scarf cowl thing. I might actually make that out of this. There's another thing I could do is Jada and Stitches has a really, really cool infinity scarf pattern that just came out. So this might work for that as well. So yeah, Lion Brand Sparkle. Mandala Sparkle. Then, oh, I forgot to show a finished object. Oh well, we'll just do it now. Okay. Like I said, I've been on a wrist warmer kick. Jada and Stitches had the beautiful falling leaves pattern, and she did a pattern for wrist warmers with that pattern. So I couldn't resist. I made too many. I'm not even kidding. I've made so many pairs of these, it's a problem. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. This is just using scraps. This is Caron cakes. Like the first Caron cake I ever owned, I had a scrap thing left over, so I turned it into these. And then these are made out of Caron Simply Soft in the pumpkin colorway. And these, which I love, are made out of a Queensland yarn. I threw all the ball bands away, but it's still that same pattern. This is a 100% wool yarn, though it's got such a high twist to it, it almost feels like it's something that's not wool. But these are great. I love that they don't really match. That's kind of my favorite thing with knitting, is having stuff that doesn't match. So that's 3 of the pairs. I think I actually have another pair. Yeah, here's another pair. This is in the, well, I still need to weave in the ends. But this one is in the pumpkin spice. I did these in pumpkin spice. And then I think I've already given another pair to my mother-in-law, and I think another pair to somebody at work. They're so quick, like I can literally make a pair of these in 30 minutes. So it's called the Falling Leaves Wrist Warmers. These are a Jada and Stitches pattern. She's got a matching headband to go with it. So if you like these, check those out. They are super great, super fun, super quick. She always does a full tutorial on all of her patterns. So if you haven't checked her out, check her out. She's amazing. She's so much fun. So yeah, these are great, simple, easy gifts for anyone. Next, we're doing, back to yarn acquisitions. I could not resist the Karen Pantone collection. This is definitely not all of them, but these are the ones that caught my eye. I am in love with these. No idea what I'm going to make with them. Actually, I think I'm going to go to Ravelry and look up this yarn and see what people have made with these and see if I can find any ideas, because I absolutely love them. I think they're gorgeous. If you don't know anything about them, so Pantone is it's a color wheel thing, and they do, like, every year it picks a color that's going to be like the color for fashion that year. And I think one year it was like millennial pink or something, so everything was this millennial pink color. So Pantone has like all of these numbers assigned to certain things, and anyway, these are sets of 5 mini skeins essentially. And this one's called Tree Rings. It's got a picture of a tree ring. And it is 60% acrylic, 20% nylon, and 20% merino wool. So it's super soft. And it is 127 yards though, so it's not a lot of yarn. But it is 100 grams. It's machine washable. It's considered a number 5, which is bulky. So that's probably why the yarn is, why there's not that much. I would consider this a worsted. It's not a 5 to me. It's definitely a worsted to me. But it does recommend using 6mm or US 10s for the yarn, which sounds about right for worsted. I use, on my more loosely knit worsted projects, I use 9s or 10s. So that's about right. My worsted sweater was knit on 9s. And yeah, 9s. So I think this is more of a worsted than a bulky. But I did get 4 of them. So this one was Tree Rings. This is Elephant Gray. So mostly whites and neutrals and blacks. Are these blacks different? 190000. No, the blacks are the same. The grays are different though, which is cool. Okay, this one is Spicy Blooms. I think that's really cute. But I don't know why they didn't incorporate the yellow. The yellow would have been a nice pop, because you can kind of see the inspiration for where they got the colors. Yeah, the yellow would have been a nice pop. I don't know why they didn't use that. And then this one is called Peacock Blue. Again, why didn't they use the green? Whatever. Anyway, yeah, so I've got those. Okay, so that's really all of my acquisitions in terms of yarn or tools. I did get a crochet hook set, but I don't know where that went. I had a hook set. Oh, somebody's home. I do have one more acquisition I forgot to talk about. So I have Karen Latte Cakes, which is this really fuzzy Karen cake. I really like the look of this. It has a really cool halo. This is called Persimmon Blue, and let's see, what's the information? 530 yards. It is 58% acrylic and 42% nylon. It is considered a number 5 bulky. So these are available at Michael's. I think they're really cute. I actually know somebody who made a scarf out of these on their hand crank knitting machine. That was Polly Knits. He's great. He's so much fun. He's been going to town with that knitting machine, and I'm always excited to see, what he does. So he took one of these and he made a big scarf. It was really, really cute. Actually, I kind of want to do that. That actually really inspired me to see if I want to get a knitting machine, and then I decided that I really don't need to add anything else to the clutter in my life. But I will find something for this. I really love it, and I wanted to show you guys if you hadn't seen it already. So there's a couple other things that I've gotten recently that I kind of forgot about. Somebody gifted me these cute Harry Potter bags. It comes with 2 different little pouches. One's a bigger clear one, and then there's a smaller, I'm assuming it's a makeup bag. Well, I'm assuming they're both makeup bags. But regardless, I think they're super, super cute, and I intend to turn these into project bags as soon as I kind of get back into the groove of things. But anyway, those are here, and yeah, I just love Harry Potter. If you send me anything Harry Potter, I'll be happy. And I mean anybody. Like, anybody in life could just hand me something Harry Potter. I'm down. We're good to go. Okay, so I have those. Okay, and then the last thing I kind of just wanted to show you guys real quick is I'm trying to get back into my dyeing groove. So I have this, which is, I'm calling it Pumpkin Spice 2.0. I've done a pumpkin spice before, but I actually ordered the actual pumpkin orange dye. So I have that, and then of course the black speckles to go with it. This is on a 100% untreated new merino, so I don't think it's superwash. Don't wash it. And then, but it's so soft. It's worsted. It's 181 yards or 166 meters. Very, very soft plush. I've knit a hat out of this. Not this colorway, but I have knit a hat out of this yarn. This is Incredible Base. And Incredible Base, I still have 4 of these on my Etsy shop. If you are interested, they are there for your purchase, or taking, or stealing, or I don't know. If you can come through the computer and steal them from my house, you deserve to have them. Anyway, so those are available for you if you are interested. What's next? Oh, we have some giveaway updates. Okay. So, a few podcasts back, there was somebody, we did a giveaway, and they were supposed to email me what color yarn is their favorite, and then they were going to get something from my stash in that color, as well as a project bag. That winner was Kate McCarty. I never heard from Kate McCarty. It's been over a month. So I did go back and I chose another winner. So that person is Samantha Brenner. Samantha Brenner. I'm now naming you the winner of that giveaway. So my email is in the video description box below. Email me your top 3 favorite colors and your address so that I can get something in one of those colors to you, and with a project bag or a little notions bag. Something, I've got like a stack of bags that I purchased before I moved, and so they're around here somewhere, so as soon as I find them, I will pick one and send that with your yarn to you. So Samantha Brenner, you are the new winner of that giveaway. Kate McCarty, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I did try to get a hold of you in every way that I knew how. I left a comment on your comment, and I did announce your name in a couple of videos, so I'm sorry, but we did move on to a new winner. With that being said, I have a new giveaway. My Guiding Light shawl, if you remember, I did some kits for that, and I had a few people purchase those, and they really enjoyed them. It was a hand-sewn Vegas Golden Knights drawstring project bag, a stitch marker and progress keeper, and the skein of hand-dyed yarn in the There Is Always Hope colorway, and it has a coupon code for the pattern on Ravelry. So I'm going to give away one of those kits, it's a $50 value, to one of the people who in the comment section below tells me what your favorite holiday is. My favorite holiday is Christmas, just because, well, because it's always felt more magical to me. So Christmas is my favorite holiday, but tell me what your favorite holiday is. Maybe it's Thanksgiving, maybe it's Hanukkah, maybe it's Kwanzaa, maybe it's all the other wonderful diverse holidays that we have here in our beautifully diverse world. So tell me what your favorite holiday is, regardless of whether that be an American holiday or whether it's something from, I don't know, perhaps Africa or India. You know, let's celebrate the diversity here. So tell me what your favorite holiday is in the comments below, and on the next podcast I will pick a winner for my Guiding Light shawl kit. You will receive that from me as a wonderful gift. I feel like you guys deserve some beautiful, wonderful niceness. Okay. There's so many things going on. This is, again, probably going to be really long. I don't know. So, okay. Anyway, so another yarn related thing. I go to Mad Knitter's Yarn here in Henderson. I used to go to Sin City Knit Shop, but when I moved, Mad Knitters became closer, so now I have moved over to her shop, and I've recently been working with her about, I told her I was a dyer, and I told her I do all these different things, so I'm actually dyeing a colorway for her shop that we're calling it Vegas Born. It is the colors of the Vegas Golden Knights jersey. We worked really hard to kind of replicate the exact colors from the jersey. A lot of the dyers here in town have done a beautiful, beautiful job of the Go Knights Go colorway, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The owner of this shop, however, really wanted to kind of nail down the correct gold color, which is actually not really a gold, it's more of a metallic brown. So she worked with me and I did up some samples, and she has settled and she has decided that she really likes it, and so I'm going to be dyeing that colorway exclusively for her shop. So I'm sorry for those of you who like to buy my yarn from my Etsy shop. This is going to be exclusively for her store. It is for her customers that come to her, and I'm happy to do that for her. I'm really excited to be doing this job for her. She's a wonderful, wonderful lady. If you haven't heard of Mad Knitter's Yarn, she's relatively new. She's only been there since February. She has a cute shop, very open, very bright, very welcoming, a wonderful place. That's where I go and knit on Fridays now. And it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous store, and she is such a wonderful, wonderful person. And her husband knits as well, and she's got an 11-year-old son who's learning to do some of the fiber-related things. There's so many wonderful people that frequent the shop, and I really love being there, and I really love that I'm being given the opportunity to do this for her. But you're probably wondering kind of what the colorway is going to look like. So I knit a hat out of one of them. This is out of that worsted base that I did Pumpkin Spice 2.0 on. Now, this is a really muted version because for some reason this, and I hand painted this skein when I dyed it, it didn't take it up, it took it up in kind of a paler, it was a paler color, kind of almost pastelish. So this is kind of what it'll look like, but not exactly. I do have a picture of the swatch that we settled on for the shop, and I will insert that here. And I will be dyeing that. I think she wants 20 skeins to begin with, which isn't a lot, but she's kind of just testing the waters to see how many people in the shop really want it, and how many out-of-towners are interested. She does get a lot of out-of-towners that come through there. So we're going to test it, see what people think of it, how they like it, how they like knitting with it, how they like if it knits up, if they like it, how it knits up. I think that's correct grammar. So we'll be doing that. This is just a hat. I did it on worsted. We decided we didn't like the worsted. So we're doing it on fingering. We're going to do it on a superwash merino and nylon. But this, it's actually a little small because I used a needle size that was too small for the yarn. But I think it still looks good. This hat is not actually done. I'm going to add a gray fur pom-pom to the top. And I think that'll kind of complete the look. But I did finish this. It's really cute. This is actually, I did 1x1 twisted rib on this for 2 inches. And I did a German twisted cast on. And then I think I just knit for like 7 inches, and then I did regular decreases on the top for the crown. It's a really cute hat. It's a really great hat, and so this is kind of my Vegas Golden Knights gear because I haven't really purchased any, but this is kind of what I'll have for the season because the hockey season has started, so go Knights go! Oh, and another thing she wants me to do is she has a really kind of unique logo. It was designed for her, and it's so cute. So she actually wants me to develop a colorway for her shop, specifically using the colors from her logo. So I've been looking around and thinking about how that would match and kind of how I would want it to look. And, I've been playing off of those ideas with her as well. So we're going to come up with an exclusive colorway for her shop that is her logo colors, and it'll be called Mad Knitter's Yarn, appropriately. So I'm really excited about taking on that venture as well. I hope to get that started after Stitches SoCal. Oh, speaking of Stitches SoCal, it is coming up so quickly. It is in, I think I leave in less than 2 weeks, and I am so ridiculously excited. I'm going to be staying with my friend Raphael and his husband Raymond and their friend Jose. I'll be seeing Izzy. I'll be seeing Megan of Knitter's Party podcast, and of course I'll be meeting Steve and Andy of Leading Men Fiber Arts, and there's going to be all of these wonderful people that my friend Raphael was like, you have to meet this person, you have to meet this person, you have to meet this person. So I'm still trying to convince him to basically be my assistant. Rafa, I know you watch this. I really, actually, that I know you were joking, but I could really actually use an assistant for this, because I'm both incredibly excited and completely terrified. So, help me! Anyway, so that's coming up. There is one other thing I have to do for it. I have finished my patterns, I've gotten everything ready. I actually am also giving a demonstration while I'm there in both the morning and the afternoon. And it is called Twisted Stitches for Cleaner Cables. When I was designing my Guiding Light shawl, the cable pattern in it, I wasn't getting great definition on the cables. I was getting these really open stitches in some places. So I started twisting the stitches, and boy did it clean it up so much. It is so pretty. So I decided, you know, maybe there are other people who have that issue as well. And, well, I was asked a long time before, you know, if I wanted to give a demonstration, that would be an option. And I said, absolutely, I want to try this. So it's going to be a quick demonstration, just showing people how I use twisted stitches to clean up my cables so that I have nice uniform edges. And so for that, I've got to knit up a few swatches, and I haven't started that yet, but I need to do it because since I'm doing it twice, I have to knit up. Well, I've got to knit up one bad swatch, one good swatch, and then 2 practice swatches. Actually, I guess I really don't have to knit up 2 practice swatches. I can just knit up the one. And then just use it again. I guess that would work. So, but anyway, I've got to knit up the 3 swatches, or maybe I could just do it on 1 swatch. I could knit the bad, then continue with the good, and then start the 3rd repeat and give a demonstration of this is what happens when I don't do it, and this is what happens when I do. Anyway, I've got some thinking I've got to do on that, but I've really got to start those swatches because I need to be able to give that demonstration when the time comes. So Friday, if you are at Stitches SoCal, they will announce me. I think they announced me over the intercom, and I think it's just in the Leading Men Fiber Arts booth. So yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm getting nervous now. I do plan to take a lot of photos and film some of the event, so you will get to see some of my experience when I come back and can put it into my next video. So if you're not going to be there, I'll let you live vicariously through me. Also, check out my Instagram. I will probably be posting a lot while I'm there. So, I'm so excited. Okay. What else? La 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 la. Oh, so, yes, there is a wonderful podcast watcher. Her name is Kathy. Her and her friend Dawn came to Las Vegas a couple weeks ago, and I met with her. She is so much fun. It's just this adorable little knitter friend, and we had such a good time. We went out to dinner, and we talked about a lot of different things and had a really great time. And so, Kathy, thank you for coming to Vegas and meeting up with me. I had a really great time. I hope you come back. I can't say that I'm going to be making a trip to Ohio anytime soon, but if I do, I will hit you up. Again, for anybody who wants to come to Vegas and meet up with me, just let me know that you're coming to town, and I will find a way to make sure that I have time in my schedule to meet with you. I really love meeting you guys. It's just such a fun experience. It warms my heart so much when somebody wants to meet me, and of course I want to meet you, so... Kathy, again, thank you for you and Dawn for coming to Las Vegas. It was such a good time, and thank you for taking me out to dinner and sharing more of your fiber journey and your lives. It was such a wonderful time. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I really, really, really enjoyed that. That was a lot of life updates, but they were also knitting related. I have a few life updates that are not knitting related, so if you were only here for the knitting part, you may scurry along and have a wonderful, wonderful evening, or day, or morning, or whatever time you're watching this. For those of you that like to stick around, just a couple quick things going on in my life that I want to update you on, and then we will part ways for this video. So, I got a new car. I got a 2016 Ford Focus. It is a very, very cute little car. I had an oil leak in my old car that was going to be more to fix than the vehicle was worth. And so it was time to just find something new and to get that kind of taken care of. So I'm really thrilled. I feel like I have much more reliable transportation now. So that's been really, really exciting. With that, I'm in my new house. I have been tirelessly trying to move. We actually still aren't completely done. So I'm kind of paying double bills right now because I had to give 30 days notice, but the 30 days notice was going to put me like somewhere in the middle of October, so I just told them I'm going to pay for the full month of October, and that gave us more time to clean up the condo and get stuff moved. So it actually worked out to where we only had to rent a U-Haul once, and we basically just got everything that had to be moved in a U-Haul and got that moved, and then everything else we just did in our vehicles, just a little bit at a time until everything was over. There's still actually quite a bit over there, but it's all stuff that we're not going to keep. If you look at what I'm doing, my dog is shedding like crazy, and I just put a brand new bedspread or a brand new comforter down, so I'm trying not to get her sheddingness all over the bed. So I'm petting her and then throwing the fur onto the ground, which I will sweep up later. If any of you are wondering, half of my lungs are just filled with dog hair. So yeah, no, we've got to clean up. We've got to finish cleaning up the condo. Salvation Army comes on Monday to pick up all the furniture that we didn't keep. We got a lot of new furniture for the new place. And then we're just going to kind of toss everything else that we're not keeping. Just kind of like, just a bunch of papers that we don't need. And there's like some halves of toys that, we had, or just broken stuff. I think there's still some stuff maybe in the fridge. Oops. Geez, why are you shedding so much? So yeah, we've got to get all of that out. What else? I think that's kind of it. I don't really have a whole lot else going on right now. Those are just kind of the big main things going on in my life, is the move and the car. But everything is great. I actually really, really love this place. I love having the freedom to kind of spread out and have a room that's kind of just dedicated to me and getting to do my stuff. So, yeah, I'm ready for this next chapter. I'm ready for all of the wonderful things that are going to be coming with this new place and with these new opportunities. So I hope you will continue to want to be a part of that. And yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me and for following me along this journey. And thank you guys so much for being patient with my uploads. I know it's been over a month since I posted my last video, so thank you guys for hanging on and being there for me, and so hopefully now I can be here for you again. So, yeah. Remember the giveaway. If you want to try and win the Guiding Light Shawl kit, just tell me what your favorite holiday is in the comment section below, and I will draw names for that. And we will also be doing the names for the Flax Knit Along and the Charity Along when I get back from Stitches. So be looking for that. If you're still working on some things, some last minute entries, go ahead and get them in now. You've got a couple weeks. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna go, and what time is it? It's 8:23. I have church in the morning, and I forgot to go to rehearsal, so yeah. So I'm going to go. I think I'm gonna have like a nice glass of wine and then just wind down for the evening. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful time relaxing as well. I will see you all again very, very soon here on the Budget Knitter podcast channel. Thank you. Bye.